I'm going to try to show you quickly how to do a baseball pillow. So basically the shape of that is like two pieces of fabric. They look like peanuts or something, but they start here. This point here would sew to here, and this point would sew to here, and this point would come around and sew to that, and it creates this baseball effect. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what size pillow you want. So I basically decided we're going to try for a 13-inch pillow. It would be about that size. So we do the math, and the idea here is clear this. Sorry. So to get the size 13 inches, we have to get the circumference, which is 13 times 3.14. That equals 40.82, I think. So we have 40.82. We can get rid of the 8.2 and just use 40. That'll give us a 12 3/4 inch ball instead of a 13-inch ball, just to quickly go through that. So in order to do this, we're going to take the 40-inch circumference, right, and we're going to divide that by 2, which is 20, right? It's pretty simple. So we're going to draw a line here, 20 inches. I've already drawn this, but I'm going to just quickly mark the line so you can see it. And we're going to number it from the beginning, A, and the center point is B and C. So we have to find the middle here exactly. That would be 10 and 10, right? So once we draw that, we're going to basically take the 40 again. Let me get a new page here. We're going to take 40 and divide it by 8, which is 5, obviously. So we're going to draw from B, we're going to draw a straight line going. Now this must be 90 degrees exactly. The more accurate you are, the better your results, okay? So there's from B, and we mark that point exactly 5 inches, and we're going to name that D. So this is where you need a compass. I have a compass here. If you don't have a compass, use a backpacking strip, because you're in the business of doing upholstery, so these work really well. Just measure. You're going to measure off of this thing. You put a pin in and punch a hole for a pencil. But before we do that, we're going to do some math here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the 40 now. I don't know if you can see this. 40, divide that by 100. Okay, so, and then multiply it by a constant that I've created. It's 26.7, and that equals 10.68, which is basically 10 5/8 of an inch. We're going to set our compass to we're going to divide that, by 2, which is 5 5/16 of an inch. So this is between 5 3/8, 5 1/4 and 5 3/8. So it's 5 5/16. I've already set this, and we're basically going to draw a circle going through line AC, and I have a pen here somewhere. At least I hope I do. So we're going to set this. I don't know if you can see that arc going through. It's a big circle. You don't need the whole circle, but basically you're going to go through here. And where it intersects, we're going to call this E. Right there, we're going to call that E. And this one F. We don't need E. I'm just putting it in because it's bisecting twice. So intersecting, sorry. So basically, we're going to take the compass, again, at the same setting. It's 5 5/16 of an inch. And we're going to set it on F, the point F, okay? So we're going to draw another circle using the compass, the same setting. I don't know if you can see this clearly or not, but what we're really interested in is this part here, where it crosses. So we can name this, but like this intersection, but it's this one we want, and we're going to call that G. Okay. So basically this line here is the curve that we're looking for. And earlier I basically showed you that it's a peanut shape, right? So what we're doing is we're actually concentrating on this. We're drawing this section. We're drawing 1/4, right? So there's 4 quarters, they're all the same. And we're just drawing this section here. So far we've come up with this shape here, but we need this arc. And this is the arc that's very difficult to get mathematically, but with the math that I've come up with, the 26.7 is actually the secret to calculating all these. You always use 26.7 when you're doing the math on that curve. So we've created this effect. So the next thing you do is you're going to measure between G and C, and you're going to get a measurement there, and that is basically 2 7/8 of an inch. You take the 2 7/8 and you're going to come over to A, and we're going to draw a 90-degree line south this way from A, exactly 2 7/8, and we're going to call that H. Okay, so the H is important because we're going to measure south of that to get this arc we need to create. And the way you get that arc is you're going to measure between A and F, which is the intersection point of this first circle. So A and F, the measurement between that is 12 7/8, and you're going to double that because we're doing this side and the other side, so we need the arc for that. So if you double that, it equals 25 3/4. So what you do is you take a measurement from here, from H, and you're going to go south here to 25 3/4. You mark a point here, and you can call that I if you want. And then you take a compass, set at 25 3/4, and you're going to put it in on I. That's your axis point or whatever, and you're going to create an arc from H right here, and you're going to draw an arc hopefully to D. So let me use a marker on this so you can see what I'm doing. There's your arc. So this gives you the baseball. I could use this actually. Where's the other compass? Over here. So I could enlarge this a little bit. I don't know if I can get the marker through. 1 second. So what I do is I actually take that and the cardboard. I actually use a hole punch for this, for the marker. That allows me to put my marker in, and you can see this arc here. So right now, what I'm trying to do is actually get the seam allowance. So if your seam allowance, because this is 1/4, it's basically A, G, over to D, and then over to H and back up to A. That's 1/4 of the baseball skin. So in order to get the seam allowance, I want to come south 1/2 inch. So just measure here on your back tacking strip. You can put that in and basically draw the line like that to D. Now D is very important because D, the point D, actually let me get this done first. So I'm going to put this back in C, and I'm going to add a 1/2 inch to that arc, and I'm going to create this. You can actually come up and around like that and get the top of the circle if you want. So this is your cut line, but D is important because D is actually the halfway point. And the way a baseball works is it has 3 axes, one going this way, one going that way, and one around the equator. Actually, that's the way it should sit. So the equator is actually through the circle, but it's not the center of the circle. Like this is actually a circle. If I use this ball here. The center of each stitch has a circle on that, and that's a percentage of the entire ball width. And the center of the circle is right here, but the center of the ball is actually over to the right of this circle and over to the left of that circle, over to the right of this circle and over to the left of that one. So you have this sinuating line, sort of like a no-sag spring. The idea is that the measurement around here is easy to figure out the circumference, right? Around that, because it's basically around the tongue or the gusset of the ball, plus this little space here. And the other way is exactly the same. But the third axis, which is the z-axis, it actually goes through the middle of the ball, and that is this point here. It's halfway through the ball. Remember, like the four corners of the ball, there's A, which is the top. We can say it's the top, and then C is actually the bottom, right? So this is actually part of the gusset right here. Like if I was to draw the gusset, it would, so this is the middle of it, and then you would have the other side here. And of course this half should go here, but this half is obviously over there. So we drew the line half of the ball, right? Anyway, this is, D is important because when you're sewing it together, actually H to D, this measurement is the exact same measurement. This is why I had that formula, the constant 26.7 that I calculated. That measurement is exact same measurement as the stitch line here from D to G. So this is very important because this is actually the center, the top dead center of the ball on the z-axis. So basically, if you cut this out with the seam allowance, you can make sure you notch a V-notch here, a V-notch here on H, and a V-notch on G. And you can just flip this over the axis, the parallel line, what do you call it, the x-axis. You can flip it over and draw that half, right? So you get this sort of effect. And you flip it over this way and you get sort of the rest of the ball this way and coming over like that, right? So basically that's how you do the ball. It's very accurate. I've done this on my computer. It's about 99.5% accurate. You don't need it any more accurate than that. But that's my take on the baseball. And I hope this helps you out making a toss cushion. And again, just use easy math. You know, you don't need to make it exactly 13 inches, you know, using the number that they had. I think it came out to 40.82. You don't need the 82, but if you want to go ahead and try to figure all that exact math, the more accurate you are drawing this, the easier it is. But this is the exact curve of a baseball. Thank you.